Is it the relicking in itself that you don't like, or is it the poserness to it? J. Leonard J has a blue telly just like that, and everybody sees J. Leonard J's telly and thinks he bought it like that, but he bought it brand new shiny. That guy just plays so much. It looks like that.
Yeah.
That relic is the real deal.
Yeah.
So if that was real, that's my argument. If that guitar looked like that from somebody really doing it, taking out the poser factor, would you appreciate it, or you still just don't like the way it looks? What's the argument?
Well, I'd say maybe you should take better care of your guitar.
Hey guys, today we're going to be solving all of the internet's arguments. I have some pretty amazing channels with me today.
I'm here too.
We're at 42 Gear Street, which is code for Henning's house.
BaldyCon.
And I have Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum.
Hello.
Glenn Fricker.
How's it going?
I don't know who he is because he won't tell me his name. No, this is Guitar Skeptic.
China Guitar Skeptic.
China Guitar Skeptic.
Get the country right. I mean, come on.
Get the country right.
Hey guys.
What we're going to do today, we have some companies that brought some amazing guitars, and we started noticing a trend with all the really expensive guitars, which is they're scratched.
Hyper relics.
In
this one's case.
Hell.
So for fairness, we want to talk about it. What he has is the Maybach guitar. Glenn has the Mayonnaise. I have a Tone Fuchs. China Mike has an Ibanez. And
That's you're stuck with that.
Okay, it's got to change then. It's got to change.
So anyways, what we're going to discuss today is some of the reasons why we're for or against relics, and give some theories on why these guitars have been successful for 2 decades now. So who wants to start the argument?
Well,
Or
all
the
I say is
discussion.
for 35 years I've been playing and whatnot. I've two things. One, after 35 years, I'm still not very good. And two, I've spent 35 years trying to not scratch my guitars. So I just don't get the whole relic thing. It's like you're paying extra for somebody to scratch a guitar. In my opinion, that makes you a poser.
Was there a bleep in there, Phil?
It'll be later.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So all you guys out there who are paying people to scratch your guitars for you, lame.
Well, this has been my counter argument to that for a while now.
Nobody cares.
I know. Okay, on to the next one.
I like that you just said, I know. Like,
Nobody cares.
I know.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Yes, we really want to hear your opinion. Sure.
A guitar or any musical instrument isn't just a musical instrument. It's a performance prop as well. And the vast majority of people, if you're doing it right, the vast majority of people in your audience aren't guitar nerds standing there like folding their arms like, oh, that's one of those relic guitars. Oh, he didn't earn any of those scratches or whatever. Oh, he should have just played a guitar for 4 decades and then he'd have a guitar that looks like that.
That's what I did. Well, 3 anyway.
But then what are 18-year-olds supposed to play if they want to have that look?
Go buy a new guitar.
And wear it
But
in.
most of the people in the audience should be music lovers, not guitar heads.
Sure.
And
I still don't see how that validates paying somebody to scratch a guitar.
They don't see, what we see when we look at a guitar. They see something that is a performance prop to a certain level, and they don't know like, oh, there's these professional relics that are being done, or a guitar would never age that way. They're getting the impression that they get when they watch a Mad Max movie and the car looks like it's 1,000 years old. That car is brand new. The movie studio built it for that movie. It's a performance prop. All those spaceships in Star Wars were made to look like they'd been lived in. It's that sort of thing. Those spaceships aren't real. Han Solo didn't fly the Millennium Falcon around for 20 years getting it beat up in asteroids fields. A movie studio made it look that way. And we're performers. We should be performers, and we put on costumes and outfits to project a certain kind of identity, and a relic guitar can be part of that.
Okay, well, that's where I come in as a anti-faker and a skeptic, because I think there's merit to some of the relicking. When you're getting a nicely played-in feeling neck, I can see some practical benefits. But why would you want to scratch something like that? I mean, you don't go out and buy a brand new car and then get it hit with a sledgehammer and say, oh yeah, that looks much better now. Or put 1,000
You can tell you've never been to America. You never parked in a Walmart.
yeah. Door dents, we get that.
Door
we
dents,
do
yeah.
get that in the UK. But I'm not anti-relic by any stretch. There's some of it looks really cool, but again, you're just pretending to do something. When we go and see a band play and you see a great guitar player, the majority of the audience, I think, are going there to listen to that great guitar player. If somebody goes to see Clapton, they don't really care what he's playing. They're there to listen to the music, and he has relicked those guitars over 30, 40, 50 years of playing, and he's earned those relic stripes, but he probably started off with something not dissimilar to the finish on this, and he's dented it himself.
So what started this video in the first place was an observation, right? We noticed that all the really expensive guitars at the show, aside from the Mayanez, are
there's a lot of them.
This is the interesting observation. I have seen guitars for $199 that look like that. They don't play like that. They may not sound like that, but they look like that. To the point where visually from 5 feet away, I can't distinguish them from this guitar.
Yeah.
But I have never seen a $200 Relic guitar that I can't spot in a second.
It's an art.
It is an art. And
right.
It's funny. I would have never said this in the beginning of the relicking, the kind of the guitars popping out in the scene.
Yeah.
But over the years, you realize when you see bad ones, how much you really can now appreciate the good ones, because the bad ones are really horrible.
And even with this one, this is all fantasy. No guitar was ever going to relic like this. No, there's no natural wear that's ever going to look like this. But I look at this guitar and it arouses me. There's a lot of other words to say that, but like, it's a fantasy relic, but just that gold sparkle breaking up over green paisley. Like, it does something for me. And there's places
it does too. It makes me want to throw up.
Why would anything ever relic right there in two spots on the back? Did a skeleton play this and it was rubbing against like his hip bones or something like that? Like, none of this makes any sense.
When I've reviewed and done demos on Chinese fakes, the one thing the Chinese are really good at with the fakes is the finishing. And when they try and relic it, it looks terrible. Yeah,
it's
awful.
It's
the
funny.
Worst relic ever.
The only affordable relics that I've ever seen, and affordable is a very, very loose term at that price point, is the Road Worn by Fender. That's $1,000.
Okay.
And that, although they look good, they immediately look templated.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like the relicking robot came down and did the same movement.
Are they? Are they though, Phil? Are they templated?
Now, because
I mean, you have people in a factory saying it's their job to do the upper bout, and they're like,
here's what I can tell you. If they're not templated, they are very good at mimicking everyone to look the same.
But isn't that because generally guitars will wear in the same place? Like, you'll want buckle rash, you'll wear the top armrest, and it's. You're going to get the wear in the same places.
No, because here's what's funny. When you go into those cool little kitschy guitar stores that have all those old guitars in them, you could look at 20 guitars, the same guitars that are really relic for real. They're never consistent. Yeah. Because people just wear different clothes, play differently, hold differently.
They have different accidents. They fell down the stairs holding the guitar.
Yeah, sure. We should show that Friedman, too, because that Friedman's what actually started the conversation, how good it looked.
I really like this one. I actually like that,
And
I love this stuff on the back.
And that looks to me authentic buckle rash type wear, and I like that. That looked like if somebody said to me, that's been played for 20 years on the road, I'm going to believe that. I could.
I mean, beyond like all the big worn off parts and things like that, some of these the Maybachs and some of the Tone Fuchs and stuff like that, they've mastered like the temperature checking.
Absolutely.
And they're doing
that's where the art comment comes from.
Beautiful work with the temperature checking on these things, and they haven't gone into the heavy like paint worn off thing. They just do temperature checking the same, and it gives you like kind of like a similar aesthetic as like a quilt top or something like that. It gives you this textural like light shifting like element to it that I think is really pretty. And it's like no one can see that from across a stage. Like all that look and all that kind of like worn feel, that's for the person holding it and playing it.
That's for the price tag.
But that's now my argument. Where the argument before,
Right.
the argument for anti-relic, besides liking it or not liking it, is an easy comment. If you don't like something, it doesn't matter what the value is. The argument is the argument that I had always was the player that likes a relic. The comment was, well, it's not worth the value though. Right? Does it make sense? Like, even if you like it, is it worth $3,000? And you would chuckle, like, just to knock it down the stairs. But now, seeing them over the years, that's not what's happening. There's
Right.
a process to this, and actually, there's a skill set.
If it was as easy as throwing it in a dryer with some coins and a brick or something like that, it would be a $5 upcharge, you know?
Yeah.
And
But it's an art. It's a process to get it to look attractive and make it look good, you know?
I think at the end of the day, if there's a market out there, who are we to tell anybody to buy it or not to buy it? At the end of the day, if you like it, you like it, buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
No, I totally agree with that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like different strokes and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. It's like my opinion's my own. I mean, like everybody's going to have different tastes, and that's what makes things interesting.
Totally.
We all agreed on the same thing. I mean, like, the guitar market would be pretty boring.
What do you say to Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's like I remember being a kid looking at that thing, and why is he playing that
Oh.
piece?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, isn't...
because he spent all his money on weed.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, yeah, it's got there's a hole in that guitar where there shouldn't be a hole. It's
That's where he
it's
hides the weed.
Yeah, you think with all the money he makes, he can buy a new guitar.
But I think people that maybe buy relic guitars to hang on a wall, or...
Well, those people belong in prison.
So do we all agree on that?
No. I mean, it's easy in our community to diss on rock doctors and blues lawyers who buy something to hang it on the wall as
Exactly.
decoration.
Yeah.
But man, you know what? Those people put braces on teeth. They keep companies in business.
Yeah.
You know, like if we...
Oh, they're perfectly entitled to buy them.
No. And more importantly, they love music. They
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Everyone is just a music lover.
I don't care if someone
You know
buys
what I mean? To some
Marshall
degree.
full stacks and uses them as, you know, their entryway tabletop, and they never plug them
Coffee
in.
tables.
Because
Yeah.
that put money into an industry where if the industry was dependent on only the best professional musicians having access to this stuff wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, people who aren't good or don't even play have to buy this stuff so that the rest of us can have it, or it won't
Yeah.
be produced.
Right. I agree with that argument.
Oh, the pastries are here.
Well, we have to go because Henning's mom's here, and she's
Yeah.
brought pastries.
Look at this. Come and say hello,
Yes,
Henning's
come
mum.
say hello.
Quick, come and say hello.
The camera's right there.
Oh,
You have to come.
I'm
Hi.
Henning's mom.
Yeah.
Just come from the bakery.
Yeah, show them.
Yeah, they are all crazy for this.
Yes. Yes.
We love Henning's mum. She
We
looks
love
after us. She's
Henning's-
put us up in her house. We've been sitting in her living room watching the videos.
giving us
and
rides.
she brings us pastries every day. Oh, an amazing driver.
Yes.
I've never been with anybody quite so fast and safe.
Yes.
I love you all. Can you please take and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
share
you.
these. We
Yeah, we'll
promise.
She parks.
I
the
hate
car-
that I lied to Henning's mom just now.
She parks the car Blues Brothers style every time, like that. Like, it's incredible.
Well,
This isn't going to last any longer, is it? Let's be fair.
on
That's the end
on
of the
that
video.
note, whether we eat them or the people come now, we have to sign off. So, on that note, I want to thank all you guys for hanging out.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us, Phil.
It was a good discussion as always,
Cheers, man.
and hopefully the internet. Yeah, that's the weirdest handshake.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah. Let's,
That's a relic
Handshake.
handshake.
on that note, we'll let you go. And until next time, thank you for your time. Oh, and don't forget to check out the links down below for all the sponsors and all the stuff that's linked to this video.
Thanks to Luick for these mics.
Oh yeah, thank you for Louis.
Animals at the end.
Animals
no.
at the end, no.
Your gear.
And
Stay grounded.
Hasadigi, boy.
Take good care.
hello. All right.
You can
Let
just
'em
close
know.
the route off.
Last chance. We're starting the video. If you want to get by.
Ah,
Get out of the shot.
get out of the shot, man.
We're in the shot.